Guys, I got a confession to make. I used to be an incredibly unhealthy person. Indeed, I was one of those gamers. The cave troll zombie, slooped over in his computer chair, scarfing Tostino's pizza rolls as I stared into the abyss of my computer screen. Didn't exercise, didn't eat well, didn't give a crap about my posture. Well, guess what happened? High blood pressure, high cholesterol, and I even had to get physical therapy for my left shoulder due to bad posture. So don't be one of those cave trolls, guys. So to make sure that you and everyone else doesn't go down that road that I did, I've come up with a step-by-step process to becoming a healthy gamer. First up, guys, we need to exercise consistently if we want to be healthy long-term gamers. So here's a 30-minute routine you can do 2 to 3 times per week that requires no equipment. And it's going to have you feeling strong, healthy, and flexible by the time you finish it. Alright, so we're going to start with neck rolls for this mobility routine before we move into exercising. So neck rolls is the perfect exercise for those who sleep in wonky positions, nice and controlled, back and forth, both directions, easy neck. It should feel really good. Next up, shoulder rolls. So this is going to help combat rounded shoulder syndrome, so take your shoulders, move them up, and then squeeze them back and down until you feel that nice stretch. Next up, hip swivels. So this is a great exercise as it moves one leg into internal rotation and one into external rotation. So try to touch the ground with those knees. Keep your hips locked in as much as you can. If they come off the ground, that's totally fine though. Next up, the 90-90 stretch, which is both legs locked in at 90 degrees or thereabouts, as you lean into that bent knee with a proud chest and a relatively straight back. Try to touch the ground with your head. This feels fantastic in the morning. You can also raise that back leg up and squeeze it at the top. And if you want to, if you're feeling frisky, you can combine both of these exercises in one, as I'm doing right here, for a nice bang for your buck. Absolute must do in the morning for the hips. Next up, we're going to be doing some frog rocks, which are fantastic for loosening up, again, those hip flexors and our inner thighs. Spread your knees wide as you can. This actually is a lot more challenging than it looks. Just rock those hips back towards your feet. Keep that back nice and straight. This feels awesome in the morning. Next up, we're going to be doing some deep squat holds. Now, if you can't do deep squat holds, you can hold onto something as I'm doing right here. But the goal is to drop that weight and remain upright as you just rely basically on your body weight. If you fall over, it's cool. It's cool. We're working on our strength here, so just try to get that squat as deep as you can. Keep your heels down. Do not raise them up off the ground. So plant them down on the ground. Chest nice and tall, back as straight as you can. Hold this as long as you can and then stand straight up with good posture and you're good to go. Let's move into the exercises now. So we're going to start with push-ups. The goal here is to do a perfect push-up as many as you can. So put those elbows nice and locked in, butt squeezed, core engaged, really strong, proud chest. If you have to get on your knees, that's totally fine. That's why we're training anyway. The goal here again is to just do a perfect push-up until you can do no more. So nice, strong body. Strong shoulders, strong chest, nice and locked in. Pimp out as many reps as you can. Next, you're going to be moving into another exercise, the deep squats. These are particularly challenging for most people, including myself with a guy who has long legs. So basically, you're just going to sit straight down as if you're in a chair. Do as many reps as you can. Don't have your knees cave in. And then when you're finished with your reps, just go ahead and do a nice hold here for as long as you can. Next up, we're going to do some back lunges until you can do no more. If these are too easy for you, you can do some explosive lunges like I'm doing right here, jumping into the next leg. Or you can do some pressing lunges, grab a Viper or some dumbbells and press overhead as you do a back squat. Next up, Aussie pull-ups. Personal favorite of mine, grab 2 chairs and a broomstick and just pull yourself up with a nice tight core, strong shoulders, strong chest. Good form, and you can flip your hands around here like I'm doing now to do chin-ups as well. Moving along, we're going to do the classic tried and true plank. So just get in a comfortable position, squeeze your butt, strong core, and just hold it as long as you can. This is a superset here, so once you're finished, you're gonna move into a bridge. Now this is more challenging than it looks. Try to get that back as flat as you can, connecting your shoulders to your knees, and just stand here, or I guess sit here, as long as you can. If you need some assistance, get on your heels, or if this is too easy for you, do this crazy version here. Next, we're gonna do hollow body. Now I took off my shirt here to demonstrate a point. You do not want that gap beneath your lower body. So press that core into the ground, press your lower back into the ground, extend your legs out, put your hands overhead, and get into the hollow body position. This is incredibly difficult, but if you master this exercise, it is the best core exercise that you can possibly do. So just sit here as long as you can. Neutral spine, neutral neck, relax. We're also gonna move into some Supermans. So just mimic this movement here as a superset movement. Do as many reps as you can. And then go back to the hollow body and then have your dog completely lick your face with her trash breath and want to fight you as well. I think she just wanted a banana. So nice catch. All right, so next up, dips. This is the only location in my house, inside or out, where there's a nice angled setup for me to do proper dips so that I can really lower my chest down easily. So up and down, tight core again, strong shoulders, strong chest. And when you're done all your reps, you can do some retractions with your scapula, which is gonna help you with your posture as well. So you can see here that I'm moving my shoulder scapula into retraction and protraction. So back and forth, you can see the effects of it here. It's a really nice exercise to do on a daily basis. And there you go, that completes one full circuit of these 7 exercises. You're gonna wanna do 2 to 3 circuits, 2 to 3 times per week. The goal being to increase the amount of reps you can do on each exercise while maintaining really good form. This is optional after the workout, but I like to finish the exercise routine with some nice yoga exercises like child's pose, serpent pose, and of course, the good old-fashioned downward dog. You should feel nice and loosened up, strong, and ready for nutrition. All right, guys, we're in my kitchen and I'm gonna show you how to eat healthy. Now, you don't have to eat exactly what I do, all right? You just have to make sure to stay away from trans fat, high sugar foods, processed foods, frozen foods, cakes, candies, soda, pizza rolls, Twinkies. You guys know the deal. If you want an example of what I eat in a particular day, in a particular week, here we go. So I wanna start off every day with a nice smoothie. Now, smoothies are a great way to get all your fruits in and vegetables too, if you want to put like kale in it. Basically, you're going to dump in some almond milk, some yogurt, and your favorite fruits. Give it a whirl, and you've got a nice tasty liquid treat. Next up, I eat a nice steel cut oatmeal that's mixed with hemp seeds and chia seeds. I mean, perfect. I also love this Fit PB peanut butter. Basically, you mix it with water and you get instant peanut butter. It's got some sugar in it, which is okay since we're not gonna cook with a lot of sugar today. I got my 1 banana, my 2 pieces of vegan bacon. You can also use turkey bacon if you want, and I'm good to go. It's the perfect breakfast. It fills me up and it makes me feel very good because it's just healthy. It's very nice. Next, we're gonna move on to lunch. This is my secret recipe for being a gamer. I basically call this the Robert Irvine because I kind of stole it from Robert Irvine, who makes a dish similar to this on bodybuilding.com, but that's neither here nor there. It's basically bulk protein rice, and I eat this every single day of my life. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get some onions into a pan, and you're gonna cook those until they're kind of brown. Add some chickpeas, add some curry powder, and kind of mix that together. Add some chicken stock, some cauliflower, and then some brown rice. As that cooks, you're gonna then add some turkey, ground turkey in this case, and then you're gonna finish the dish with cilantro and lemon juice. Mix that all together, put it in Gladware containers, and you're good to go for like 5 days if you make a big old batch. It's healthy, it's full of protein, and it's exactly what you need. Now, after lunch, I generally like to have a snack. Now, I'm not gonna be grabbing the Oreos, but from time to time, I will have a nice tasty Tate's Bake Shop crispy double chocolate chip cookie. Eat in moderation. Yes, you can go to McDonald's once a week, it's fine. But generally speaking, I'm gonna save those cookies for the Sunday gaming sessions, all right? But generally speaking, if I want a snack, I'm gonna go with like a vegan protein shake. Now this is the one I recommend. You can get it on Amazon. The link will be in the description. No, I'm not getting any affiliation credit for it. I just happen to like this particular plant protein mix. Tried every single plant protein. This one actually doesn't taste like dog shit. So you just mix it with a little almond milk, you're good to go. You get 20 grams of protein for 2 scoops. What else do you want? If you want the cookies and the candies kind of thing, you can get some healthy, low sugar content bars. Now, you generally don't want to get anything name brand. You want to go with something like you see in a health food store. So this is hemp, yeah. These are pretty good. They got hemp seeds, they got nuts, stuff like that. There's a little chocolate in there, so you get your little tasty treat kind of thing fulfilled, but then you get some health stuff as well. Recommend those. You got the Love Crunch organic granola bars. Again, there's some sugar in these, but since we're not cooking with sugar pretty much at all, we're gonna be okay with eating a couple of those throughout the week. Now moving on to dinner, we're gonna make either like a grilled chicken breast, a fish, with some vegetables and rice or sweet potatoes. In this case, we're actually gonna make a turkey patty. I'm gonna show you guys my secret recipe number 2, which is for a delicious, spicy, barbecued turkey patty. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put ground turkey in the bowl, or any bowl really. If you have a pink bowl, that'll work as well. Just grab yourself a goddamn bowl, put in some very finely minced onions, and this is the secret ingredient here, pickled jalapenos. Now this makes the actual dish sing. Put in some barbecue sauce, season it a little bit, mix it up, form it into little patties, squash them down so they're thin, so they cook fast, put them in the fridge, you're good to go. So once you've got your pan hot, you just add a little bit of cooking spray. In this case, this is coconut cooking spray, which is a little bit healthier than like a butter or olive oil spray. You just sear them up, and then you put some water in them to steam them a little bit at the end so they completely cook. Put those in with some spicy barbecue sauce, next to some brown rice or sweet potatoes, and then you're good to go for your protein for your dinner. In terms of actually greenery, I would go with like a broccoli, or in this case, I'm gonna make some kale. Since I'm Italian, I kind of like to do like the sweet and sour kind of kale, which is basically you're gonna put some onions, some garlic into a pan with some olive oil, then you're gonna put in the kale pretty much right away. Then you're gonna put in some chicken stock and steam it. Once that's done steaming and pretty much all the liquid's gone, then you're gonna add in some coconut sugar and a little bit of red wine vinegar. Stir that up. You've got the perfect superfood vegetable. That's pretty much my perfect meal all the way from sunup to sundown. If you want like a pasta, you can get yourself like a brown rice pasta. You can get yourself a banza, which is a chickpea pasta. Just get it boiling and then put your favorite sauce on it. If it was me, I would do like an olive oil, cherry tomato, onion, garlic, zucchini thing with some lemon juice, a little bit of wine, chicken stock, pour that over the pasta. Fantastic. And then if you didn't have a smoothie for breakfast, just have yourself an assortment of fruit throughout the day. So that's pretty much what I eat on a daily basis. Obviously you can have like a steak or a pizza from time to time. You can go out to McDonald's, get yourself a nice double cheeseburger every couple of weeks. Totally fine in moderation, but generally speaking, this is what I eat throughout the week. I feel healthy, I feel empowered, I feel good, I feel clean. If you live on Captain Crunch, Tostino's Pizza Rolls, and Red Baron pizzas, eventually your body's going to break down. So instead, enjoy the bounty of what nature gave you, which is beautiful, healthy food. Now last but definitely not least, we need to correct our crummy postures, and many of us have pretty bad postures. It's okay, it's not your fault. It's really hard to maintain a good posture, especially in today's age. And the following 10-minute stretching routine that you can honestly do every single day is going to help correct that bad posture and put you in a position where you are an absolute champion. All right, now onto the posture routine. So first, do the upper back foam rolling. Grab yourself a foam roller, just foam roll back and forth, making sure to keep your neck comfortable, and you can do this by just getting into kind of like a double chin position, which is pretty easy for me since I kind of was born with one, unfortunately. Next up, overhead extension. So reach back with externally rotated arms, trying to touch those thumbs to the ground. Once you touch the ground, pause there for a second, swing those arms back and move down the foam roller and repeat. This feels fantastic. Next up, we're going to do some lat rolls. So the lat muscle is right underneath the armpit on the side of the body. So just go back and forth, nice and slow, nice and controlled. You know, unfortunately, this may hurt at first, as many foam rolling exercises do, but the more you do it, the more resistance you'll build up and the better it's going to feel. Next up, my personal favorite, which is snow angel. So just make an angel in the snow, basically. Sit on the foam roller, Swing your arms all the way back behind you, keeping those arms and hands in contact with the ground at all times. You might not be able to do this at first if you have poor mobility, but keep at it. And it's totally fine if when you get up to shoulder level, your arms and your hands come off the ground, as I'm showing you here. You know, this is why we're practicing. Eventually you'll be able to keep in contact with the ground the entire time. Do this pretty much every day, and you will see great benefits in your posture. Next up is another favorite of mine, which is the scapular retraction hold. So just put your arms out into the air, retract your shoulder blades, and just sit here in a completely depressed position. This will feel fantastic on your shoulder blades. You can rock back and forth. You can even do some leg raises here if you want a little bit of a twofer. But otherwise, this is a very meditative position where you can just sit here and really relax your shoulder blades for up to 3 to 5 minutes actually. Next up, we're going to be doing band pull aparts. So grab a band and just pull it apart. It's pretty simple, but it's really effective in retracting your shoulder blades and fixing rounded shoulders. Next up, around the worlds. They're a little bit challenging at first, but once you get the movement down, you can knock them out pretty quick. The thing to keep in mind here is to pull the band as hard as you can outwards, so you're constantly keeping that tension as the band goes above your head. Next up, we're going to tie the band to some sort of pull and do external rotations. Again, another favorite of mine. This was heavily emphasized during my physical therapy for my shoulder injury. Basically, just keep your shoulder and your elbow locked in, not moving, as you externally rotate that shoulder and scapula backwards and to the side. Obviously, you can do some internal rotations as well, which is the opposite of the movement, keeping that elbow completely still as you internally rotate that shoulder by bringing that band towards your belly. Next up, side splinters, which are fantastic as well. Essentially what you're trying to do here is raise the band all the way up without losing any tension. It doesn't look very challenging, but trust me, it is. And if you need some additional assistance and some more tension, just step out further from the band as I'm doing here. Raise it up overhead, don't lose any tension. Now, next up, the final exercise here, we're gonna do some lacrosse ball scapula. Oh, don't drop it here like I did. Grab a lacrosse ball, get it into your upper back, and just roll in areas that have pain. Keep doing this. A couple minutes, you'll feel some great benefits. It is vital that you make sure also to learn the difference between a posterior and anterior pelvic tilt. If you got bad posture or if you're a sloucher, it's likely that your pelvis is often in a position where it's anteriorly rotated. That's not good because it puts a lot of compression on your lower back, which can lead to lordosis, which just means that your lower back is hyperextending. This is why I've been saying squeeze your core in your butt when you're exercising, because it's going to naturally rotate your pelvis back into the correct position. And the same goes for rounded shoulders. All you really have to do to fix this is cue yourself to have a powerful chest, because as you raise your chest up, it will automatically draw your shoulders back and down, hence getting rid of rounded shoulders, which will then lead to less headaches, less neck pain, and of course less shoulder pain as well. And there we go. Those are the 3 steps you need to take to becoming a healthier gamer. So get out there, do the exercise routine, swap out the exercises every week, get in the kitchen, make some good food, and then fix that crummy posture. And if you do all 3 steps, you're gonna be on your way to becoming total badass. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.